Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21. It's Stage Racer. We're on episode 49. It's Milano-S.R. I'm going to bring you the entirety of this one for a couple of reasons. One, as you see, there's darkness in the background. I do not have the light on. I don't need that extra.
It's going to be a monotonous day when it comes to the terrain, but at least the teams with sprinters won't be complaining. And, of course, those opportunists with a bit of daring won't make their life easy.
Alright, to be honest, I really figured that I would have actually been given the option to do something besides being a teammate, but that's okay. That's okay. Teammate role it is. I will do my 45k, hopefully right at the beginning, and in fact we'll go infinite relay on this one. Get all the Ks out of the way as soon as possible so that I can focus on, well, my race. And my race, obviously, as teammate means no leadership role, and therefore I'm going to be totally on my own. Looking at the profile doesn't necessarily cater to me. Chances are not good. In fact, this thing has WoW fan art written all over it. It's punchy just before the end and then finishes as a sprint. It's only 4k, it's only 4%, but a good puncher, good downhill, and a good sprinter has a legitimate shot to win this, while fan art is all of those things and more. So, I'm not going to be van art unless something crazy happens, and therefore I'll get my XP for playing that leader teammate role, and then we'll see what we can do. My goal, top 10. 67 does not seem to be enough to get on top. There it is. Okay, yes it is. If it's enough to keep me on top, then I'll take it. Alright, from here, we watch those kilometers tick on by. That's 3. Now 4 out of 45. It's going to take a little while, and we're on the flat for quite a bit, so I'm going to speed things up. 4 riders, just over a minute ahead. They want more gap than this, but I'm not letting them get that far away. They should be able to ride harder than 67 to open that gap. $11.25 would be the mark, so we need 12 extra. So that means we need to get to 57 to get the max XP on the day. We're knocking them out pretty quick. They're letting me do the work. I will have to back off at some point. I don't have a ton of energy left, but it'll be early enough in the race that they'll allow me to recover. Anyway, the reason why I'm bringing you the entirety of the race, for one, it's a big race. 2, it's already nighttime. I actually just finished coaching a basketball game, and it's been a long day. I believe in this series last episode I mentioned how at basketball practice I was injured, and that injury has very much been an issue ongoing, and I'm struggling. There you go, there's 12k. Let's back off and begin that recovery. Of course, it wasted a lot of energy. You see my green bar is significantly lower than the rest of my teammates, and it's a 300k race, which means stamina matters. So what I just did hurts my chances at the end of this race quite a bit, but we've done what our actual role was. We completed it. Now we move on to see if we can't do something for ourselves. Hanging back, sitting up, not much climbing to do. Shouldn't be that hard to have something left at the end. It's just what I have left at the end is going to run out so much faster due to the length of this race and the time that I spent on the front. Also, I was supposed to have a +2 race day condition because I'm on a fitness peak. Only got a +1, so it's actually a -1 draw on the day. But 86 mountain shouldn't be that hard to climb. Shouldn't expend that much energy to climb. 77 hill, that's okay for those last couple of climbs, as it's going to be going flat out. 70 stamina certainly helps with the energy I just wasted, spending 57k on the front. 79 resistance, that's good. That's good, that'll help. But 57, 73 sprint acceleration, not much. 66 flat, that hurt. That wasted a lot of energy too. And you can see how we're not chasing too hard right now. 5.5 minutes down. Nobody's putting in much effort. But the biggest climb of the day already nearly behind us. Anyway, we coached a basketball game tonight. One of the last ones of the season. And it was first place versus last place. And unfortunately, for the first time in my career, I have yet to get a win. But we have the other worst team in our next game. I've never gone winless in a season. I coach a school that is notoriously towards the back of the league. We don't finish high. I don't get to recruit players or anything like that, and I get players for 1 year, and that's it. It's middle school level. I used to coach high school level, but then I stopped working at a high school, started teaching at a middle school, and I've coached at that school ever since. I have the daycare now, so I'm not teaching anymore, but I still coach at the school that I last worked at. I've been coaching there for about a decade. I've had numerous second, third place finishes in a season, but recently, the last few years, we're down on players. We're down on experienced players. So club basketball players that have been playing 2, 3, 4 years prior make a massive difference. Now, a couple of the schools in our league, they have anywhere from 10 to 15 experienced club players each and every season. And then the rest, inexperienced players come in, end up playing JV ball, and they end up with a full team of club basketball players, which is a real advantage. Now, normally my school has 5 or 6. In recent years, it's been more like 2 or 3. 2 years ago, right before COVID, I had a boys basketball season where we finished second in the league. I had 5 experienced players that year, and we had a fantastic season. It really pulled out well. But this year, I have 1 player only who has ever played. And thanks to COVID and the protocols and everything we have as the breakaway finally reeled in, heading into the final 2 climbs, we'll wrap this up real quick, but I only have 1 player who's ever played, and thanks to COVID, I don't even have a JV squad. There was only 9 players, 8 of them never playing, all should be on JV, and we're stuck playing a varsity schedule, which just doesn't work out too well when you have no experience. So we've lost 1 game by 1 point, we've lost 1 game by 2 points, but today we were up against that varsity squad, against that best team, and the team with all experienced players versus my 1 experienced player. And I was actually saving minutes for her for our next game. We have equal playing time over the course of a season, which really makes it that much harder that I can't rely on my best players, that I have to suck it up and bench my best player for nearly half the game to give her enough minutes to be at our best for the team that we absolutely can beat in our next game. Well, anyway, just going through this climb, I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it. I was worried we were going to really fall back there for a second because they were pushing pretty hard. I recovered, but with that low stamina, it ran through my energy pretty quick, even just at an 88, which for me shouldn't be that hard, shouldn't be that difficult to stay up. I'll get a little bit of recovery in before the final climb, but I think I'm going to struggle to finish in the top 10 here. Anyway, all things considered, losing by 27 points when you are massively outmatched, not too bad. Down to 38 in the peloton. We've opened a gap here, and they are, feels like they're starting to push. Can we, yes, can we get on Gaviria's wheel? And I have just about recovered enough, and with the split, Alves, Pedersen, the only ones here. Pedersen got a bit of a chance here. He's pretty okay. His brother is one of the favorites. Mads, he's second favorite to Wout van Aert in this one as a top sprinter, but this climb's gonna hurt, and I need my gel now. We're seeing a little attack here. We need to start moving forward. I don't want to attack, but we need to respond to that. I think those guys are going to get away. I need to bridge that gap and go with them if I can. Just ease into that. No? Ackerman. Follow Ackerman, please. Thank you. Yeah, that burned me out pretty quick. Burned me out pretty quick, even with limited to no attack. I'm right down to the end. There goes the gel. Go 85 because that's all the energy I have, and climb at my best pace. All I can do is sit up, sit up, sit up. 85. Hang in there, hang in there. It's the end of it. That was my window gone, and back we go. Way too much work. 300k is too much. I shouldn't have tried to sprint there and catch those guys. If I didn't catch those guys get away. Stupid of me to think that I could finish 4th. 1.8k. I have recovered a little bit of energy. I am in the pack. Let's see if we can't move forward and sprint this thing out towards the finish line. Finish a little higher. Van Baarle, Alaphilippe did get away. That was the right move to get on the back of. I would have finished 3rd had I been able to bridge that gap properly, but did not. One of those riders was dropped and pulled back, but those top 2 stayed away. So yeah, it was the right time. It was the right move to bridge the gap on, but I just didn't have the energy to do so. And so then by the time we got into that final climb, I was toast. Itzulia Basque Country is 6 stages in length, all punchy throughout. So not quite favoring us, but we could be in the mix long term, especially with the climbing. The fitness peak is gone though, so no bonuses to the condition. And I don't know if I'm going to get team support, being that it's punchy stages, not mountain stages. And often Camargo is the chosen one when it comes to punchy finish type stages and or races. So there's a good chance I'm going to have teammate assignments and then have to fend for myself, get in a good position, and then maybe become leader in later stages, maybe even after stage number 1 potentially. Stage 2 punchy, stage 3 punchy, stage 4 punchy with the sort of downhill finish, stage 5 just a short punchy finish, and then stage 6 time trial and punchy. This is where maybe I'll get that leadership role. Looking at what could happen with that, they'll see if they think that I'm up for the task and select me. I'll let you know how this first stage goes. I'm not even in the top 10 favorites, but I don't see any reason why I couldn't finish in the top 10 in this race. I don't think I'd be a favorite to win at all, especially if I don't get the team support, but you never know. Alright, I'm going to skip ahead towards the later part of this stage, but I do get leader role. That time trial, I think, did the trick. They want me to finish in the top 5 of the general classification, but I do get a group of teammates. There's only 6 of us here. I get 4 teammates, though. I do have a +1 today, and that's good. That's useful. That fitness is right at 99% and holding, even though my fitness peak is over. So it looks like I've gotten through that stage and I'm okay, and I'll maintain a high fitness level. So that's at least going to give me a little bit of bonus to my attributes, and with some teammate support, I don't see why I can't finish in the top 5.
It's an attack.
Bogacar is here though. He's an 84 overall these days. He is just loaded with attributes that are well beyond what I have, even though I have some good stats. Obviously 84 mountain is excellent, but I don't quite have the complement of attributes at the moment. 80 time trial, 82 recovery certainly help for the Grand Tours, but we've yet to see any of those, so I don't think. Gosh. I was mentioning that I hurt my back at basketball, and that I was coaching basketball tonight. Part of the reason why the lights are off is pain. You don't need to see the details of the face at the moment. There's a little too much wincing going on as I'm feeling it, and it's slowing my pace of recording. And then to go with that matter, I said I was going to skip forward on this stage. I should do that here in just a second. My my employee for the daycare had a close contact situation with COVID, and so she's in quarantine. And therefore, I've been having to put some time in the daycare despite the back issues, despite the busy coaching, which only has a few more days for this season. I get a break till January at least, when the boys season starts, but and that'll be nice, that'll be welcome. But we have our daycare program here in a few days. I've got a lot of editing to do because there's a video for that. I'm busy. I am busy. Anyway, I have 5 teammates. I've got a positive race day condition, and we've got a shot at this thing, but let me skip forward for you. Alright, so we pick up with, well, I'm a little bit further back because I've been really conserving energy, and at this point there's a big lift in pace. Don't want to push too hard on this. I just kind of want to get through it as they do. They're not going to get away. It's okay. I can conserve for now, which is a good thing. When you look at my energy right now, it is so much better than where we were at with Milano-S.R. So my chances are much better at the moment. But my team, again, there's very few of them, and they're very weak. And yet again, for how many times in a row is this type scenario, I'm down to Camargo and Alves already, but at least they're working for me. Alves, I just passed. I want you to get up here, please. Thank you. Alright, 98 riders left. No breakaway anymore. Sprint point and a Cat 2 coming up. Excuse me. Itchy ear. Alright. 2 climbs to go, and I'm looking pretty dang good. Fairly good anyway. There is a lot of fatigue in this field because these last 25-30k has been a huge push. Movie-S.R among the favorites, and you can see that they are at the front. Bike Exchange as well. For now, I just want to set my pace, my tempo. I don't want to do more than that. You don't win it on this climb, you win it on the next one. You could absolutely lose it on this climb though, especially if you expend too much energy. Movie-S.R already losing. Not too many leaders left that can go hard. This field is really feeling this thing right now. And I'm in a great position. Am I interested in KOM? No, not with this type of energy. Not enough energy. Just sit on. Climb at your pace. Don't worry about those KOM points. Don't be greedy. 43 riders left. I'll recover position here. I will also recover some energy. Alves is still with me. Good. Okay, he'll start offering protection. I'll at least get a little bit. Camargo's gone. Forgot about him, but it's good to have him for the last climb. 38 riders is all. Definitely half are considered leaders. And half will put the work in. Okay, gel up 6.7k. I'm gelling up early because, well, I don't have a ton of energy, and this thing is looking tough. I am not following any of these attacks at the moment. Just doesn't make sense to do so, as I'm looking pretty fatigued. Let Alves do his work. Let those guys get away. Down to 36. Still 36, I suppose. 2 off front, but Soler, you can already see struggling. Ved 7 into there. 5k, not much energy. That flat, all that effort, that high effort, tired me out more than other guys. But I'm hanging in there as we're dropping in numbers. Ved 7 did not get away. Vingegaard now tries. 3.9k. But again, looking at my energy, I don't have anything to attack here. This is just hang on, don't lose, climb my pace, which is 85. That's my max effort. That's my strong effort that I can put in without getting into that hill rating. So that's that 86 mountain doing its thing. Just keep it up with these guys as they, with better stamina resistance than I have, with those bonuses for expert level, that they push on. And you can see they're hanging in there. For me, I'm struggling to keep up. 1k, Nothing to sprint. Nothing to sprint. Now sprint. Even then, not enough. They just have endless energy. Bernal, Hagita, Alaphilippe, Toynes, Gaudu. Still in this thing, just 27 seconds down. And the group that I fit into, 6th or 7th on back, won't be 27 seconds down. We might be 20 seconds down. Bernal in really good shape. Looking at those time trials, right? I lose 20 seconds. Who of that front group is good in time trial? Couple of them. I could definitely recover 20 seconds on others. But that hard push from about 50k out, my team fell away, so the protection was so-so. But I don't have a good enough flat rating for that type of hard push, so that by the time we got to the end, when you add in that resistance bonus that they have, I just didn't quite have enough. Definitely had zero chance to attack and was just trying to hang on, and faded right at the end. Alright folks, well anyway, like I said, I've had some busy times and I've been dealing with the pain, and that is why I brought you all or most of a couple stages, and that's all I have time for right now. Sorry about that. I'm gonna go eat my dinner and edit this thing and get it posted for you, and continue on with another day. But I continue on. I endure. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.